What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on these analysis. We're going to be looking at SMCI today, super micro. So we're sitting at 50.02. This thing is looking really good. We're riding up this trend line. So this last monthly close we had was extremely bullish as we closed pretty much the highest close that we've had all the way since September 2024. You can see that every single wick or every single close was well underneath this level and even beneath this level. So this entire region was just filled with wicks, and we finally closed not only inside of it but above it, and we are still closed within this wick and within this wick. So it's a very bullish sign, and we closed close to this downward sloping trend line, and we actually opened up the month outside of this downward sloping trend line, and it looks like we got a retest, which will go here on the weekly, and you can see that we got a retest of the zone, and now we're actually pushing out of it. Granted, we still have a day and 19 hours, but this is looking pretty good. And if we break this wick here at 50.45, we could definitely make a little move to 54 to around 56 bucks before finding some kind of resistance, at least here on the weekly. That's what it's showing me. And if we were to push up to 66 bucks, then we could actually have a clean move all the way up to roughly $94 or to this trend line. So that's kind of where we're looking at for these zones. We have this here, and we have this region here with the upward sloping trend line, and of course the top of the channel. But this is looking very good right now. We're looking like we're getting ready to break out. We're getting a retest of the downward sloping trend line. We're still holding our short-term bullish trend line, so this is looking pretty good right now. We haven't had a close outside of it all the way since March 2024. So as you can see, every time we've touched it, we've just really shot right off of it. So this is the first time that we've actually been touching it and still playing around this region. And we finally got the close outside, and we're retesting. So hopefully we can hold it and we don't fall back in to continue chopping. But this is definitely looking more bullish than it ever has been, at least in this most recent price action from October 2024 or so. Today's move was a 1.85% day, and the close was actually really bullish too. This is the highest close we've also had in a while. As you can see, we closed within these wicks here. So this is looking pretty good. Outside of this most recent price action, you can see everything was well underneath $46. So the fact that we're getting multiple closes around $48 and higher, and now we just got this close at 50 bucks, it's looking pretty good, higher than most of these closes and within this wick here. So the price action is looking super bullish. I don't know if this is going to count as a retest because it was a very short, shallow retracement. Maybe we get a deeper one before the move up, or maybe this is enough to catapult SMCI upward. This thing really gets going. Once it catches that momentum, it's hard to stop it. On the SMAs, you can see we have the 50 pushing, about to push underneath the 20. So hopefully once we get the 20 pushing above it, it'll be a bullish sign. We are still holding our 200, which we kind of retested, I would say maybe 2 times. I guess you could count this one, and this one wasn't close enough. But we are still holding that bullish momentum right now at the time. And here on the daily, we're looking very good. We've been riding up our 20, and we just got the 50 pushing above our 200. Last time we showed a video, you can see whatever happens every time you break above the 200 with the 50, you get insane moves to the upside. So we are doing that again. 50 is breaking above the 200. So I would expect some kind of bullish momentum, which is what we spoke about in the last SMCI video. And I think it is going to hold true. When we look at the RSI here on the weekly, we're holding higher highs and higher lows, pushing up higher. We are running into this most recent high here, which was kind of around a region of resistance previously, somewhere in that area. So let's see, once we break this area, if we can push up to the 70 for the overbought move. And here on the daily RSI, you can see higher highs and higher lows, still holding above our yellow moving average. And we'll probably find some resistance around that 70 mark. But we don't spend too much time above the 70 region, maybe a month, but we'll see where it takes us. But if we do see that overbought region and something like this, then we could see a very explosive move on SMCI. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but something to take into consideration, of course. On the weekly MACD, this thing is looking incredibly bullish. It's been bullish ever since it found its bottom in November 2024, just absolutely pushing higher. Seems like every single day, week, month, it's just been chugging along, looking really, really nice. And we're starting to see the momentum push back up, a solid, steady move upward, as you can see here. We have a nice little trend being established, and maybe we'll eventually see that spike that we're waiting for. And we can see a nice move like that or something along these lines to the upside, and we can have a sustainable move for a long period of time. And here on the daily, we've been holding bullish for a while, creating a bull flag. Looks like it's trying to break out to the upside and continue that momentum to the upside. A lot of things are pushing towards bullish territory here on SMCI. The one thing that we do have to worry about in the bearish direction is a rejection here off of this zone. As you can see, we got a bounce off this 0.5. Let me remove these white lines. So this 0.5 to the 618, you can see, is going to be a key level of resistance that we've already found previously. So we do need to break above that zone, and I think from there we can really get an aggressive move. That's going to be our key level that we need to break through. But overall, it is looking incredibly bullish right now. This is going to be a key level of resistance, which we found here, but that lines up with that idea of breaking this wick and then breaking that golden zone. It'll allow price to, be free from that pressure to the downside. And also on an incredibly large time frame, all the way back from 2022, this pool here is a continuation to the upside on the 0.5 to the 618. It's a key level right here. If I can ever click it. All right, there we go, 0.5 to 618. You can see that's a key level. So we got rejection off of that as well. So if we can get a close inside of this zone and eventually back above it, which will also line up with where we're saying where we want to be above this wick, that would be multiple things pointing in a bullish direction and confluence together. And that should allow price to get that freedom to start pushing towards higher levels and eventually make it to that 125 region and beyond. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.